welcome everybody to another tutorial on GhostToolPro. Today we are going to look at how to use a skinned mesh renderer with it. We will go very quickly over this. We'll show you how to use it with a skinned mesh renderer and quickly go over a script that comes with the package where you can simply start, stop and replay and stuff. So we got this little scene here. We got Ethan, the stand asset guy you can run around with. Then we got a couple of buttons here to start, stop, replay, and so on and so forth. So we got this all set up here. So let's take a look at how to use GhostToolPro with this. First of all, let's make the skinned mesh renderer ghostable. To do so, simply click the gear icon and click Make Skinned Mesh Renderer Ghostable. There you go, that's all you have to do. Now, the next thing you need is the Ghost Tool prefab. I got it in the scene already, I'll delete it to show you where you can find it. So simply navigate to the folder, then to prefabs, and there's Ghost Tool. So drag and drop this into your scene, and that is basically all you need to set up to use Ghost Tool. Okay, so we got these buttons here, and I attached a little script to this object here. The script accepts ghostable, but more on that later. So let's firstly take a look at the script. As you can see, these are all functions that the buttons can call to handle the recordings. We will go over them quickly. So the first one is start recording. All you need to do to start recording is call GhostTool.instance.startRecording, and then you only need to pass the target and give it a name. The target is the ghostable that the script accepts, as I showed you earlier on. And stop recording, it's basically the same. You need the instance again, and then call stop recording with the name you used earlier on to start the recording. So these are the start and stop. So to replay it, you need to first load it, and to load it, we have a look at this load replaying function. So you call GhostTool.instance.loadReplay and the name you use to stop and start the recording. Now this function returns a unique ID, which is then used to start the replay. This might sound a little complicated, but we did it this way so you can handle multiple recordings and replays at the same time with only one object handling them all. So you only need to use this unique ID to start, stop, pause, replay, and resume, and also to save. Now actually to save you will use the name you used earlier on. Okay, but more on the saving later on. Let's first of all take a look at what it actually does. Okay, so head over to our scene, press play, and click start recording. Oops, yeah, we forgot something. We will need to assign our ghostable to the button. So grab Ethan and drag him onto this field we created in our script. Okay, now let's try again. Play. Now hit, you can run around and jump and stuff. Hit start. Move some around, jump. And when you're done, So you all need to do is hit stop. There we go. Okay, to replay it, we first need to load it. And to start it, we call the start replay. There we go, you see there's our replay. And it's exactly the same thing we did before. You can pause it and resume. And pause and resume. There you go. So this is the caching that we did before with the mesh render. Now let's take a look at saving a replay. To save, you need to click the save button, and currently we are using the non-blocking method, so you will not see any lag or hiccup because it is saved in parallel. This makes you this allows you to save your replay at runtime without having any lags, but you need to listen for the unsaved event. Okay, so let's try this out. Start the game and hit load. You can see this will cause a little hiccup. So it is recommended to load all your replays from the disk at startup of your game. There is absolutely no lag if you only cache replays, but if you load them, it will take some time, and you better do this in the startup. So with loaded replays, it's the same. You can start, stop, and stuff. Okay. So let's take a look at the other method of saving the replay. I mentioned earlier there's a blocking and a non-blocking method. Yeah, where's to find here? Okay. The blocking one will kind of freeze the game while it's saving, and it is recommended to use this if you want to save when the game is finishing. So like on destroy, you can cold save. So it does not matter if the game is lagging or not, because you know when it's saved and that the game cannot terminate before it's saved. So if you want to save a game on exiting, just use the blocking method, and if you want to save the replay at runtime, use the non-blocking method. Quickly show you the difference. So start the recording, move around, jump, stop the recording, and now save it. As you can see, it takes a second and then the game resumes. Okay, so if you're using the non-blocking method, there is an unsaved event. So you say here false, and then you can listen to the unsaved event, which will report you back with the name of the saved file. So you know if your replay has successfully saved or not. So let's take a look at how this looks. Let's clear the console so you can see what happens. And hit recording, do something, stop the recording, and now when we're hitting save, you will see the game is running, nothing is lagging, and finally it is saved. So this takes a bit longer to save, but it's non-blocking, so your game will still be fully responsive. Okay, so one last thing we'll take a look at is custom materials. So by default, the material your mesh is using will be the same for your ghost, but you can change this. So let's take a look at how. If you check the GhostToolPro script, it has a field for the material. So I prepared this transparent material here. It's the same as before, but with a transparent rendering mode. So let's drop it into the field. And hit play. And now if we load our replay and start replaying it, you see the ghost has actually become invisible. No, not invisible, but translucent. So we can do this with other materials as well, like so. Okay, so this is basically it. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. And yeah, thank you for watching.